This is Greenland, the world's coldest and most mysterious island, and it has suddenly become the hottest battlefield on Earth. The United States wants control, Denmark is deploying troops, Russia is warning of a new Cold War, and China quietly waits in the shadows. How did a frozen land with only 56,000 people become the center of a global superpower crisis? For decades, Greenland was nothing but ice, silence, and a place the world barely noticed. But in 2025 and 2026, everything changed because suddenly the biggest powers on Earth realized that Greenland is not just a frozen island. It is a strategic prize, a mineral jackpot, and the key to controlling the future Arctic. In January 2026, President Donald Trump shocked the world again. He stood before reporters and declared, "Greenland is critical for America's security. If we don't take control, China and Russia will." When asked if military action was possible, he replied, "I never rule anything out when America's safety is on the line." A week later, Trump appointed Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry as a special envoy with a direct mission: secure Greenland for the United States. Then a leaked memo made the situation even stranger. The U.S. discussed offering $10,000 to $100,000 to every Greenlandic resident as part of a strategic partnership plan. Greenland's Prime Minister Jens Frederik Nielsen responded sharply, "No more pressure, no more fantasies. Greenland decides its own destiny, not Washington." Suddenly, Europe was in panic mode. Denmark reacted immediately. In early 2026, it launched Arctic Protection 2026, deploying small but strategic military units across Greenland. 11 soldier patrol teams, 33 and 55-member rapid units, upgraded radar systems, and constant surveillance flights. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen declared, "Greenland is not for sale, and it is certainly not for taking." And she warned Trump directly, "Connecting Greenland with military intervention threatens NATO unity." That statement alone sent shockwaves across the alliance. NATO itself stepped in. In February 2026, the NATO Secretary General announced, "Our priority is to keep Russia and China out of Greenland, not to watch allies argue over it, because the truth is simple. The Arctic is melting, new shipping lanes are opening, and Greenland sits directly in the middle of the world's next major power shift." Russia responded instantly. The Russian Foreign Ministry warned, "Any attempt to forcefully alter Greenland's status will destabilize the Arctic and trigger unpredictable consequences." Russian experts added, "Trump's move is the biggest gift to Russia. It divides the West from inside." Meanwhile, China stayed calm, but not quiet. In January 2026, Beijing said, "The Arctic belongs to all humanity." But behind the scenes, China was pushing its own agenda. The Polar Silk Road, Arctic mining deals, airport investments, and a major stake in Greenland's rare earth deposits through the company Shenge Resources. China knows the Arctic is the future of global trade, and Greenland is the entry point. So why does everyone want Greenland? First, minerals. Greenland contains enormous underground wealth: rare earth metals, neodymium, dysprosium, lithium, uranium, copper, graphite. These minerals are essential for electric vehicles, batteries, fighter jets, missiles, smartphones, satellites, and clean energy. China currently controls over 90% of global rare earth processing. The U.S. desperately wants alternatives. Second, military strategy. As Arctic ice melts, new naval routes open, and the Patuxent Space Base, formerly Thule Air Base, gives the U.S. one of the world's most powerful early warning missile systems. Whoever controls Greenland controls the North Atlantic. Third, geography. Greenland is a natural fortress between North America, Europe, and Russia. It is the perfect location for satellites, submarines, and a shield against northern threats. Europe is stuck in the middle of all this. The European Union rushed to strengthen relations with Greenland, opening an EU office in Nuuk and naming Greenlandic graphite as a strategic resource. But Europe fears something bigger. If the US can pressure Denmark, then no small NATO country is safe. And that fear helps Russia and China. But in all this noise, what about the people who actually live in Greenland? A 2026 poll shows 85% of Greenlanders reject joining the United States. Only 6% support the idea. Most want gradual independence. Not America, not Denmark, but Greenlandic control. Their prime minister said it clearly. We don't want to be Danish. We don't want to be American. We want to be Greenlandic. But independence requires money, and money requires mining. Accepting mining means letting superpowers in, the very thing Greenland fears. And so, Greenland sits at the center of a new global contest. It's not just about land. It's not just about minerals. It's not even about the Arctic. This is about who will control the 21st century: the United States, Russia, China, Europe, all watching the ice melt and the future open. The new Cold War has already begun, and Greenland, the coldest and most mysterious island on Earth, has become the world's hottest battlefield.